stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
And the Federal Reserve cuts bench rate mark a quarter of a percentage point. The federal funds rate is now 1.75% to 2%. Now, Fed officials are not forecasting a rate cut this year, another rate cut this year. They're also not forecasting any rate cuts in 2020. They're seeing a rate hike in 2021.
Today, we decided to lower interest rates. We took this step to help keep the U.S. economy strong.
Lowering interest rates does not help the economy to become strong or help it to remain strong, because first of all, it's not strong. If it was strong, you'd be raising rates. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. If cutting rates were going to keep the economy strong, why is the market down 140 points? It'd be going up. This guy Powell has got to go. Why don't he just tell the truth? Wouldn't it be nice if they just tell the truth? Powell should come out and say, I don't know what the hell I'm doing anymore. I really don't. Matter of fact, this week, to avoid a stock market crash, we had to print $1.3 trillion. We kept it hush. We didn't want to get everybody all nervous. Because, remember, the credit bubble was ready to pop. Every stock market bubble, when you keep on giving people credit and they keep going out and they keep buying more than their income, because we push people to buy, because spending is 70% of our economic growth. And our politicians every day want to come out and say our economy's growing so they can get reelected. That's what they do. So what we've been doing is keeping interest rates low since 2008. All we've done, wages aren't going up. We're not increasing wages. Corporations are not investing their capital, the CEOs. They're not putting their money back into their companies to increase productivity for people, so that the people who are working in these companies, let's increase their productivity so their wages can go up, their standard of living can go up. They're not doing that. CEOs are taking their money that they were supposed to put into capital investment to give their people wage increases. Why would they do that? They're taking their money and putting it in their own pocket by buying their own stock, because their contracts are tied to their options, stock options. So they're taking the money, buying their own stock, and then when the stock keeps going up, the CEOs and the biggest shareholders keep getting rich. What does that do for America? Nothing. What's it do for our, because Main Street doesn't get anything out of it. But what do we give Main Street? We give them more credit. And every bubble pops because they got to pay it back at some point. Like the housing bubble. It popped because they couldn't spend. At some point, you just can't keep getting more credit. You got to pay something back. And when gasoline went up, started to head up towards almost $5, the bubble popped. They just couldn't get any more credit. It popped. We had the big crash. Well, this is going to be a bigger crash. And this week, the same thing happened. Our credit was extended. You got to raise rates. You got to raise rates to get people to stop going out and spending, to keep stretching the bubble, that credit bubble, that massive credit bubble. So this week, we had to put a patch on it. It was ready to crash. The market was going to go down 40% this week. But we hurried up and we printed money secretly, and we got $1.3 trillion we printed, which means all that money we printed now, money in your wallet, is going to be less valuable, because every time we print money, that means there's more money out there, which means the dollars in your wallet are weak, are getting weaker. So that's how we stopped the bubble from popping this week, $1.3 trillion. And when you have debt, the highest debt ever, we have the highest debt ever. And when you have high debt, $22 trillion, you can't grow the economy. That's why in 10 years, we haven't grown the economy even 3%. 8 of those 10 years were under Obama. He was the first president ever that couldn't grow the economy to 3% because there was so much debt. Debt keeps the economy from growing. So we know this. But what do? We keep giving people credit because why? We need them to spend. Why? Because spending is 70% of our growth. And we're not worrying about the bubble popping. We should be. And here this week, we were really worried. This is just stupid. They just don't tell the truth. You know, just like today, they came out and they talked about housing starts. Big headlines on Fox and CNBC, the jibber jabbers. U.S. housing starts race to a 12-year high. U.S. housing, wow. And then Langone comes on Fox and he starts talking about how terrific the housing starts are. Let me finish.
Look at housing starts. Those numbers are phenomenal.
Yeah.
No, they weren't. Those numbers weren't phenomenal. What he didn't say was they weren't single-family housing starts. What they say, they always say, U.S. housing starts raised to 12-year high. Well, what they don't tell you the truth is, it's not single-family homes. It's apartments. It's all apartments. Now, this was funny. Now they contradict themselves. Listen.
But I got to break it out to
Orlick says, I'm sorry, boys. Before you get all excited, let's break this out. And they're mad at her for breaking it out.
But I got to break it out to multifamily versus single family because the big pop here was multifamily.
Yeah, the pop multifamily. Then Langone comes back in. Well, wait a minute.
What I'm saying is you can't micromanage this because people eventually move from an apartment where they're paying rent to a home where they have equity.
Well, maybe if you paid them money at Home Depot, they would. They're paying an average guy at Home Depot about $400 a week. He can't afford to put money aside for a down payment. Why do you think there's massive apartment building and no builders aren't really, there's not many buildings, or there's not many builders except the high end who are building inventory for single family homes because the majority of Americans can't afford a home. Remember, housing contributes 25% of our economy's growth. But everybody's in apartments. But they don't tell you that until Orlick came out and said it. They didn't like that. So 25% of our economy's growth, the greatest source of it, the greatest wealth in this country is our housing. But here's the problem. Langone, Home Depot, he pays lousy wages. Because we have lack of high-paying jobs in manufacturing, especially in construction. Because remember, manufacturing has been outsourced. And we don't have construction because, remember, companies aren't plowing money back in where they're adding on new facilities where we have construction. So what's going on is we have lack of good, high-paying jobs in manufacturing. And as a result, people can't save. They can't save. When they pay all their bills at the end of the week, they have nothing left. They can't save for a single-family home, Langone. Pay them more. You're the biggest shareholder in Home Depot, but you won't even pay them. So what do? They go to an apartment. I mean, why can't they just tell the truth? I don't get it.
You can't handle the truth.
It's unbelievable. Our home sales are tumbling. Year over year, single-family homes are down, not up. We're at a 15-month low. We're not up. Unbelievable. We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
We're speaking with Jared Douglas. He's a licensed mortgage loan originator, and his company's called Cash Call Mortgage. Let me give you his number, 949-535-9385, or you can go to cashcallmortgage.com. Jared, I want to thank you. The service you gave us was incredible. Why don't you explain a little bit when you say how you specialize in alternative products for self-employed applicants?
Yes, thank you, Phil. Thanks for having me on. So what we specialize in is an alternative product for applicants who are self-employed. We have a product for applicants that are, have a lot of assets but no documentable income, and then we have another version for real estate investors. So there's 3 versions of our alternative approach or alternative product that helps people with, outside the box scenarios get financing.
Again, let me give you his number, 949-535-9385, 949-535-9385, or you can go to cashcallmortgage.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get in market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so they cut rates. I wish somebody would tell the truth. The market's down because they also said, well, this may be the last rate cut. Because here's why. If you recall, they raised the rates. I think it was back in July. Remember we had the crash in October, went down 20%. They raised rates. Well, here's what's going on. Many of the members of the board, the Fed today, they didn't want to cut rates. They want to raise rates. Because when you leave rates too low for too long and you keep giving massive credit to people and they're spending more than their income because they have credit and credit cards, that expansion of credit becomes a killer. It has to be paid back. That's when the dot-com bubble crashed, when they had to be paid back. The housing bubble popped because the credit is so stretched, you have to pay it back. And when they can't, the bubble pops. This week, the bubble was ready to pop. It was expanding because there's so much credit, because they keep giving people credit to go buy stuff so they can get on TV and say, look how wonderful the economy is. Look at this. Look at the retail sales growing. They don't tell people the only reason why retail sales are growing, including automobiles, is because they're giving money to people who they shouldn't be giving money to, just like the housing market. They're financing houses for people they shouldn't have. That's what they're doing now. They're giving massive credit cards to people. They're giving credit in the way of automobiles and everything else, which they shouldn't. So this week, they had an emergency. They had to print $1.3 trillion because the credit bubble was ready to pop. To stop this from happening, to prevent the bubble from popping, like the dot-com bubble popped, the housing bubble popped, to stop this one from popping, you have to raise rates, because you need those rates to go up to stop the buying. When rates go up, people stop buying. The credit bubble stops stretching. And then when it stops stretching, it won't pop. But they don't do that. They keep on keeping interest rates low. And they keep the credit going because that helps who? The very, very wealthy, who 80% of their income is from the stock market. By keeping interest rates low, bring it down low or zero, they can borrow money so cheaply. The people who make 80% of their income in the stock market, they're using this cheap money to buy stocks. They're becoming enormously rich. And when you get that rich, you're part of the 1 percentile or the 1/100th of 1 percentile. When you're that wealthy, you can go to Congress and demand and make deals and make laws, because they run Congress. So here we've been for 10 years in this dangerous mode where they're getting very, very wealthy. The wealthy is getting wealthier. The middle class is shrunk. The middle class is dying off. And when you don't have the middle class, you're really screwed with your country, because it's the middle class who is the foundation of our country, because the startup businesses they create become the backbone of our country. Because 70% of our net gain jobs come from startup businesses, and that's the middle class. But remember how the middle class start businesses. Where's the middle class work? Where do they work? They don't work at McDonald's flipping burgers. The middle class work at high-paying manufacturing construction jobs. But those jobs have been outsourced. So our middle class has dropped by 44%. The first time in history, there's more small businesses closing than opening. We're not getting these startup businesses. That's a killer for our country. It's killing our country. It's taking the very fabric of our country, just tearing it apart. You need the middle class to have a good job, because those are the folks who have the most disposable income. After they pay their taxes and their bills, they have money left over because they have good jobs, and they start businesses. And it's those startup businesses that create 72% of our net jobs. We have 155 million people working in this country. They are the ones that create 72% of the 155 million jobs, but they're gone. The middle class is shrinking, gone. Because when you outsource their jobs, they're no longer middle class. The middle class has shrunk in the last 10 years by 44%. See what's going on? So what do? They just keep giving more credit. Just keep giving people more credit. And as long as they keep interest rates at zero and keep the stock market going up, and as long as wages don't go up but to go sideways, make up for it by subsidizing them with credit cards. Give them more credit cards. But you can't keep doing that forever. And that's why Trump, by saying, and his team coming back and saying, Kudlow and his team, they're so stupid. They keep telling Trump, go back to zero rates. Go back to, it will be fine. We'll get you reelected. Go back to zero rates. No, it's not going to happen this time because the bubble is stretched. In the last 10 years, they stretched the credit so much now. They to give people zero interest rates, you can't keep more credit. When we went back to zero rates was the same exact time that we started, remember, back in 2008. So the credit started to grow. Let's say the credit went from 1 to 100, and the market went from 1 to 100. They went up together. Credit went from 1 to 100, and the market went from 1 to 100. Wages went nowhere. Wages were at zero and still at zero. All right, so now the market's at 100, credit's at 100. Now they say, well, bring wages back, bring it back to zero rates again. All that's going to do is that's going to help the very, very wealthy keep buying stock, and the market keeps going up. But that's not going to work anymore either, because finally we'll have the crash. Like this week, we were ready to have a crash. The credit bubble stretched. We had an emergency. We had to print $1.3 trillion, make sure the bubble didn't pop. The credit bubble didn't pop. If the bubble popped this week, the credit bubble, the market would have crashed. So they just don't tell you the truth. So that's why my gang, I always tell my gang, whether the market goes up or down, you know what we do? You no longer can buy a stock based on what a company does. It doesn't matter what it does anymore. You know, I hear all this garbage every night and on CNBC, and they talk about the company and what they're doing, and they're innovative, and they're opening up a plant here, and they're doing that. None of that matters anymore. Not when you're in a zero or low rate environment. It doesn't matter what a company does anymore, because CEOs don't plow their profits back into the company. They plow it back into stock buybacks so they become richer. So when we get back, I'm going to give you some good stocks and the way it works and how it works.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
We make sure our gang members are positioned to sell the market short with the same ease as going long. So you join the gang for $39.95, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You decide when you join the gang of our membership group what you want to follow. So let's say you decide you want to start following gold. Okay, so let's say you're going to follow AU. And by the way, we started to buy AU on May 30th. We're up 89%. We're there every day to tell our members what to do. At 2 o'clock, there's the video. Or if you want to be aggressive and you want to be a real trader, just come to my class every day from 9:30 to 11. That's your choice. If you get confused, you get a hold of us. You have your own personal coach, for God's sakes. And if you do exactly what we tell you in that video every day, you'll be making money consistently. assistant.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Thousands of investors trust philsgang.com to deliver the tools and resources they need to invest with confidence. With the PhilsGang MaxVest 1000 stock charts, you have the power to create highest quality, color-coded, easy-to-read charts in just a few simple clicks. Designed specifically for technical analysis and investing, the PhilsGang MaxVest 1000 stock chart seamlessly integrates and functions on mobile, tablet, desktop, and web devices. Isn't it time you leave behind the old stock research routine, spending hours reading websites, out-of-date newsletters, and magazines? Instead, subscribe to the PhilsGang MaxVest 1000 stock charts and plan your entire investment strategy. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264, and we'll see you on the charts. You're not a regular listener to Phil's Gang? What, are you nuts? Listen to Phil Grandy and check out philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Stock Corner is brought to you by CashCallMortgage.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. This is the point of the show where we go over the members' portfolio. Now, let me explain what's happening here. The reason they keep on wanting to bring rates down is they want to prevent the bubble or the stock market from crashing. They put themselves in the past 10 years where they kept interest rates too low for too long. When you keep interest rates too low for too long, credit keeps expanding because people don't make enough money. They have to buy stuff on credit. In the meantime, the very wealthy get wealthier. The rich get richer because they can borrow money at low rates and keep buying stocks. You take the top 10 percentile of the United States, they control 80% of the stock market. Think of that. 10% of the people in this country control 80% of the stock market. That's where they get their wealth from. So they want zero rates. The 1 percentile, the top 1 percentile, and the top 1/100th of 1 percentile To put that in perspective, take the top 101%, the 1/100th, okay, of 1%, and the top 1%, we have 69 million single-family households. They are just 1 million. So 1 million people are getting all the benefits. 69 million people are getting screwed. 73% of our 155 million workforce in the United States, we have 155 million people working. Over 70% of them are working paycheck to paycheck because they're not making enough money. Remember how we created the housing bubble. We had the same situation. People weren't making enough money to save a down payment, so they started to give them, houses with no down payment. They started to give them pick your own payment. You remember that bubble. Well, it's the same bubble we have right now. This is called the QE bubble. That was the housing bubble. All bubbles end at the same terrible way. That at some point, you got to pay back that credit card. You got to pay back that automobile. And then all of a sudden, there's no more credit. Well, what they did this week, they expanded the credit. They expanded the credit this week in an emergency meeting the Fed had to expand it, because the bubble was ready to pop. So they printed $1.3 trillion so the expansion would continue. So now what's happening is more and more people are going to be going to metals. This is where you're going to make your money. Remember, we made our money. Most of our money this year was in gold and mining stocks. We averaged about 60% because we started to buy gold in May. Because what did we find out? Well, we had the yield curve. Everybody was running to the bond market. They were scared. The yield curve kept coming down. And when the yield curve comes down, or the bond yields come down, the interest rate comes down, whatever you want to call it, the dollar follows. And when the dollar goes down, your metals go up. So the economy's not going to get better. What they have is a Band-Aid on it. And that's why they keep trying to cut these rates lower, and there's a fight among the folks at the Fed. They want to raise rates because if you raise rates, you stop people from spending, and the bubble will stop stretching. And we don't have. What are we going to do next time? Instead of 1.3 trillion, we're going to have an emergency print of 2.3 trillion. Then the next time 15 trillion. Next time 100 trillion. All of a sudden, our dollars and our wallets worth nothing. That's eventually what's going to happen. So the smart members of the Fed are saying, "Stop it. Let's stop with this craziness." We got the highest part-time jobs ever. The jobs we get the first Friday of each month, 70% of them are lousy waitress, bartenders, healthcare, terrible jobs. Most are part-time jobs. We've never in the history of this country ever had 300,000 part-time jobs a month because our manufacturing's gone. That means our construction is gone. Our drilling and mining's almost gone. A lot of it's all robots. So all the politicians care and Wall Street cares about, convince you, keep taking parking space in your head that everything's fine. And that's what they do every day. You hear them every day. And in fact, it's unbelievable how they contradict themselves. Like today, we were talking about the housing market. They're all excited, and they said this morning, "Oh, look at the housing market! Wow, we got the strong housing market. Look at all the housing starts." Well, guess what? It wasn't true. We have housing starts, but it wasn't single family. It was for multifamily. Here, listen.
Look at housing starts. Those numbers are phenomenal.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. No, they weren't. All apartment houses. So Orlick comes out and says,
but I got to break it out to multifamily versus single family because the big pop here was multifamily.
There you go, multifamily. Well, why? Because people aren't making enough money to save for a down payment. And the biggest part of our housing, remember, housing is the strength of this country, is 25% of our economic GDP growth. When you hear GDP number at the end of each quarter, we grew by 2.8%, 25% is that housing, and housing sucks. Only the rich are building. Everything else is apartment complexes. That's amazing. So going back to what I'm saying about gold, is things are only going to get worse. What does that mean? That means more and more people are going to get fearful and they're going to keep buying bonds for safety. So keep watching the yields. I mean, last week we had the yields, I think it was 1.89 and went down to I forgot what it was, let's see if I can catch them here for you quickly. Yeah, it was 1.89, then went down to 1.77. What's that mean? Well, that tells me that people aren't buying stocks, they're buying bonds. So what do? I keep moving my people into the metals. Because the more they keep buying bonds, that means the yields go down, as I just explained. The dollar goes down, and that's going to help, especially gold and copper. Copper's been and silver. They've been a big lagger, okay? Especially copper, and copper's just coming out from underneath. It's just starting to trend. It's just starting to move up. Our silver, PAAS, okay? Now, we've already had a big run on silver. We took our profits on silver. Now it's coming back down. So we'll be shorting silver. But if you take gold, GLD, remember we made 60% on these. GLD, same thing, coming back down. We already made our 60%, so now we're shorting it. The only one that's going up right now is copper. Copper has an uptrend. It's the only one out of the metals. That's where you want to be right now. So this is what we do here. We figure that stuff out. We don't listen to the jibber jabbers and their nonsense. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Because we're never told the truth. Never. All I know is they are arguing, the Fed today, most of the members wanted to raise rates to stop the credit bubble from stretching because they don't want to keep printing every other day another 1.3 trillion, 1.5 trillion. So join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Join now and just follow us. I mean, it works. It really does. Right now, we were up in our metals. Now we're shorting them. So Nugget, we're shorting it. First Nugget, we were up. Now we're shorting it. We have a profit of 21%. We bought copper because that's the only one with an uptrend. We're up about 2.5% right now. So again, join my gang, and we'll make sure that you're always in the right group. Just try it for 1 month, $39.95, and then every day at 2:00, you just go to our site, get the video, and it tells you exactly what to do with our stocks, the member portfolio. Step by step. You cannot go wrong. We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month? philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
877-600-GANG. Join my gang, 877-600-GANG. It's only $39.95 a month. And you start the month, and every day at 2 o'clock or when you get home, Eastern Time, you just go to Working Investor, and whatever stock you select in our member portfolio group, you have a video associated with. For example, here's Goldman Sachs. If you have Goldman Sachs, you click on, and what you'd see is the chart, and we're explaining Goldman Sachs on our chart. And here's the instructions.
Let's put a scout on Goldman Sachs to go long. Okay, we're still in a good trend here. We got stopped out earlier this week. We can put a scout in down here, getting it at a lower rate.
Yeah, so we guide you all the way through. I don't understand. It can't be any easier than that. It's no longer what you hear on Fox and CNBC about the company, about its pre-cash flow, about its debt ratio, about earnings. None of that counts anymore because the big institutions don't buy companies based on that stuff. No more. Because ever since 2008, we entered quantitative easing, printing of money, bring those rates down to very, very low and give the money to the CEOs. And no longer do they invest the money back into the company to increase wages, to increase productivity, to increase wages. So the person would have those wages to save or to invest, open up his own business, or to spend, but he doesn't have to use a credit card. No, those days are gone. What they've done is keep interest rates low, give that cheap money to the CEO, he buys the company's stocks back, and he makes a fortune because he's paid on the stock. You know, most people have no idea how all this began. I mean, you think about it. How did all this begin where we had to keep interest rates low for 10 years? Every day, low, zero rates. How the hell did that happen? Because here's how it started. If you remember, it was Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. When they got into office, they were upset. Hillary was a liberal. I mean, real liberal. She was a communist back then. She was a young kid like AOC, going to set the world on fire. She's going to get the rich people. Look at her today. She's one of the richest people in the world. Well, she is the richest woman in the world. So Clinton, she says, wait a minute. We got to stop these CEOs from making $1 million. They were making $1 million back then. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pass a law that the companies no longer can deduct the $1 million salary they pay their CEO off their taxes. They only can deduct a small portion of it, not 100%. This way here, they have to give them, instead of giving that salary, they'll disincentivize them from giving them a large salary. They'll tie them to the stock price. Ha! Boy, do we have them. Boy, did we screw them. We're going to tie them to the stock price. Back then, stock prices didn't move anywhere. So the companies got screwed because they couldn't write off the whole $1 million. So when they hired a CEO, he'd get less of a salary, and they tie him to stock options. But the stock options never moved anywhere. Really slow. That all changed with the dot-coms. When the dot-coms came, whether it was Apple or Oracle, how'd they pay their people? They couldn't pay these young kids. They gave them stock. It was always stock. Everything was tied to stock. So the timing couldn't have been better. So Clintons did a fabulous favor for Wall Street and for all the CEOs. Now everything was tied to the stock. And they remember the companies could write off 100% of that. Because remember, she screwed the company and said, you can't write off salaries anymore. We're going to stop you. So you stop giving these $1 million salaries to CEOs. We're going to stop you. We're going to tie it to share price, and share prices don't go up much. Well, dot-coms came, and it just exploded. And that's when they started all the stock buybacks. So when the market crashed in 2008, what did they do? They did quantitative easing. They printed this money, brought it in at zero rates to give to the CEOs free money so they could buy the company's stock back. And their compensation was tied to stock price. So as stocks went up, they had no incentive. If they're in the construction business and they could spend, let's say manufacturing, and they could spend $1 million on a piece of equipment so they could produce 10 more washing machines an hour, would the CEO put the $1 million in to produce 10 more washing machines an hour so that the guy who works there on the floor, he gets a bump in his pay? Or now is it more incentive for him to don't plow that money back into a machine that produces more washing machines? Let me take that $1 million and I'm going to buy the company's shares back. Now when I buy the company's shares back, that moves my share price way up. And I'm going to make $15 million extra. So would you give your employees a new machine? Would you spend $1 million on a new machine? Or would you take that $1 million and buy the company's shares back? Of course, you'd buy the company's shares back. So for 10 years, we've had no growth in this country. 8 of those years was under Obama, where he had no growth plan. He had redistribution of wealth. That's how it all started. Under Clinton, she did this. So now, here we are 10 years later, nobody wants to stop because nobody cares about the country anymore. Nobody cares about our workforce because what do they do with the workforce? They don't give them any more wages. They give them more credit. Go down to the automobile dealership. If you can fog up the rearview mirror, you get the car. Just like with housing. Pick your own payment. All we did was replace the housing bubble with this QE bubble we have right now. But the Federal Reserve, remember who the owners are. They benefit from the stock market. That's why they won't raise rates. The thing to have done in 2010 was to start raising rates. In 2010, we should have raised rates. Here we are. Are you kidding me? We're now in 2019, 9 years later, and we still aren't raising rates? What are you, nuts? We're creating the biggest bubble ever, but they all pop. And this week, this bubble was ready to break and pop because we didn't have any more credit for people. Like I said a moment ago, think of it. Stock market went from 1 to 100, and people's credit went from 1 to 100. Now, the stock market from 1 to 100, the very wealthy made $20 million extra this year. Now, what about the people? They gave them credit from 1 to 100. Their wages didn't go up, but their debt went up. So now their debt is up $4 trillion from $1 trillion. That includes their credit cards. That includes their student loans. That includes their automobile. And their delinquencies are the biggest ever. There's the problem. So it all started with Clinton trying to screw the CEOs out of their pay. But man, the timing was perfect. So now nobody wants to stop. Nobody wants to stop. Now the problem for the president is he brings in these guys around him who lie to him. Not just lie, who are stupid, like Larry Kudlow. Now he tells the president, and he believes him, right? The president believes Larry Kudlow. Hey, here's what we're going to do. Let's cut taxes. Let's cut taxes for the big corporations. And when we cut taxes for the big corporations, what they're going to do is take that tax savings and they're going to invest it in new equipment, new facilities. So we'll have our construction going up. And we'll have our and what we'll also do is get into a trade war. If we get into a trade war, then what's going to happen is all the American companies, China's going to start screwing them, and all the American companies over in China, so they're going to come back to the United States. Wrong, wrong, wrong. The companies aren't coming back to the United States. They're going off the coast of China to Vietnam and Laos. So now here we got these tax cuts for the large corporations. They didn't invest their savings. Instead, they spent more money buying back their shares. $6 trillion worth. They're not buying equipment so you can produce more, so you can get a wage increase. But know what they're going to give you? More credit so you can go buy another car. So they've been boosting executive bonuses and payouts for the wealthy investors, but for the guy who works at the company, all he gets is another credit card. Are you kidding? And by the way, the middle class, by 2027, guess what? Their taxes are going to go up, not down. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang and start buying some copper with us.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.